as part of trying to staff back up out of that, we're saying, of course, we love having full-time employees. We're never going to pivot away from that model, but we're in a tough labor market the same way as everyone else is. So how do we supplement those full-time employees that we're always going to be searching for with other contingent workforce? And more people, we believe, want to have more flexibility in their life and work on their terms, like I was saying earlier, rather than always having to work on ours. So if we're struggling to find a full-time employee that can work 40 hours a week for us, maybe we can cobble together a few employees that are willing to work 1, 2, maybe 3 shifts a week and pick it up on a more on-demand basis, and we can round those out to fill our labor needs in this tough labor market. So that's where it came from. It's really, we think that's where service employees are going to. They have more and more employers that can offer that kind of work. And if we're not engaging with that labor market, then we're just missing a huge portion of the people that could potentially be employees for us. If we just looked at 40-hour-a-week employees, we'd be missing a lot of people. And the hardest part of that, honestly, has been reconvincing managers on our managers in rank and file who grew up under a certain system, matured under a certain system, and just kind of intuitively want to apply what they're used to the next generation. But when we think about it at a strategic level, we think that full-time employee group, at least for the next 10 years, is going to be a shrinking population, not a growing one. So how do we still meet our needs? It came to me first because from the perspective of the business, this is an employee benefit. So Aimbridge Passport foundationally is employees get their own employee rates at our hotels, and friends and family of theirs can also get a separate lesser discount. So it slid HR's way because they said, well, this is a person initiative. This is a benefit. So HR needs to offer it. But when you go a layer deeper than that and say, well, what's really going on here? It's our revenue management team that sets rates for our hotels. It's some sort of website, which HRIS often manages software, but is not, not a website developer. We don't run and manage our own websites. That's what our vendors do. So there was a website that employees needed to engage with, and a booking engine so that they could actually book rooms at hotels and do all that. So it was a unique project in that really HR's deliverables to the project was a policy around proper use of this and some identification that employees show when they check in to authenticate that they're authorized to use the special rate that they've booked. And that was really about 10% of the project. The rest of it that we needed to pull together other members of the organization in revenue management and marketing, in sales, was really around how would an employee actually access the hotel's website in a way where they could book a discounted rate that's not available to the general public, and had to work through all of those issues. So it was kind of a crash course education for me in revenue management and more of the business side of how we book our hotel rooms. I'd seen it from a consumer side. I've booked hotel rooms myself, but it was my first introduction into the corporate management of it all. But we had to piece those things together to ultimately deliver something that is an employee benefit that we offer now. But it was not something that HR could have ever achieved inside a vacuum.